Welcome to another Pike and Shot battle. This is a rematch between myself and Leonard. We've switched the sides. This time I have a Spanish 1560 against his English 1558. As match host, I'll be deploying on the bottom half of the map. Lots of hills, so I suspect he'll be holding out on his end, presumably using the forests and villages for cover. I did win the last match, in my opinion, by making use of swarms of light cavalry. So that's what I'm going to try to watch out for here. The forest could also be a problem, so we'll want light infantry who can tackle that. The English cavalry, the non-lights, consist exclusively of demolancers, which are average armored light lancers. So they're terrible, but they are cheap. If I invest in, say, noble gendarmes, that's 72 points a pop. In terms of infantry, they have Elizabethan foot, which is 1/4 each of arquebusiers, archers, pikemen, and billmen. Functionally, they're not too different from my early pike and shot, except that their pike is, well, effectively pike, although it's 25 pike, 25 heavy weapon, provides 50 POA instead of the 60 that my early pike and shot get, and they are slightly less armored. So even my subpar early pike and shot do slightly outclass the Elizabethan foot. He can also hire up on longbowmen. In this era, they are not trained as swordsmen, however. So I suspect I will be pushing across the map, trying to secure my flanks, but also have an ability to push into these forests. I'll want my 4 units of skirmishing arquebusiers to push into the woods. And then I'll want light cavalry. Celadas, a bit spendy for lights, 45. That would be because of their armor. Light lancers, that's identical to what he's fielding. Jinetes, javelins, swordsmen, so no impact ability. I'll need to be a bit careful. And I might even bring along the extra mounted arquebusiers. So that's 7 light horse. It's a big investment. I will bring more demolancers just to match his. And I might bring average light gendarmes. The heavy lancers POA cancels out light lancers at impact, and they're also heavily armored. So for an extra 4 points, that's good enough. I don't really want to spend on the gendarmes. 72 is steep. Now, in terms of non-light infantry, I already have 1 unit of the early pike and shot, 1 unit of the veteran early tercio, superior. A very good unit. I could also even get the tercio viejo, but, 184 points. So instead, I think I'd be better off just grabbing early pike and shot. 32 points remaining. I'll have to do some shuffling and agonizing, so I'll cut the recording. Okay, so in the end, I went with a total of 4 units of non-light infantry, and I did grab the late gendarmes. Just the way the point totals worked out, I had an awkward amount left over, so I ditched the extra demolancers. The gendarmes can only move 3 tiles. I'll need to get them in before archery or cannon fire can disrupt them. Okay, to the deployment phase. Well, that's where the guns are going. Yeah, and our light infantry can pretty much line up facing the forest. Good. Our heavy foot will just dump in the middle, and they will pick a direction based on how he deploys his forces. Light horse will split between both wings with a mix of shooty and melee. There. And then our non-light horse, we will also, split between both wings, and shift over according to his deployment. Simple enough. Next turn, see his force composition and deployment, or at least whatever we can see that's not hidden here. Four light cavalry to one side and 3 to the other. Similar to what we have. I'm guessing light infantry hidden in here. This is weird. This must be a bug. I don't know why I can see this unit in here. Makes no sense. Okay, so we'll want to send a unit to check out this village, seize this village, and at least seize this forest for starters. Yeah, I don't know why I can see this unit either. Very weird. Might have to ask Richard about that. I mean, he's hella busy with Field of Glory 2 Medieval, but it's just odd. Turn. Our own light cavalry we can just sort of use to delay. I don't want to shift a 4th unit over for parity, so just gonna have to be content with what we've got. I will maybe send the Demo Lancers over in support, while we send our own gendarmes over to the left to try to get into this open area to fight his Demo Lancers, which is all he can get for cavalry. Non-light cavalry, that is. And the heavy infantry can just start trundling forward, skirting this village. Here we go. Next turn. Ugly. Is he shifting wings? Well, keep moving towards that village. I will continue to keep 1 unit of Demo Lancers on this wing. Want to follow, but cautiously at first. And first off, we can take control of that village and get in position to look into these woods. Be shifting around this forest. Not sure what to do with these 2 units yet. You? Was hoping for a lucky shot. And I don't think we'll move these lights yet. So that'll do. Next turn. Ouch. It's becoming very problematic very quickly. It is utterly weird that I can see those infantry units. Let's not get too far ahead of our heavy infantry escort here. For those reasons. Let's threaten and strike on the guns there with our unites and keep shoving these arquebusiers towards that village. And we're just going to have to take it when it comes to gunnery. Okay. Nothing much to hit, really. What is our field of fire? Poor. Turn them. What does that give us? It's marginally better. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the edge of the range. So let's move up to that. I wonder, maybe the rule is, I've never looked properly into this. I'll have to double check the manual. Maybe Pike Kyles have to be hidden 2 tiles into the wood, just like cavalry. Maybe it simply hasn't come up before because generally people don't put these units in the forest because they perform quite badly, being moderately disordered. I'll double check the manual on that. Next turn. Okay, let's target the archers. Get our unitas forward. Screen the heavy horse with the light horse if we can. Okay, then what? That's charge range, so push into charge range and get more missile support forward and forward. Good. Let's see, there's 1 unit of Elizabethan foot there, and our veterans can move into proximity of the forest and start contributing arquebus fire. Can we hit anything? Not anything useful. Try for a cohesion check. Nope. Alright, then that is the current situation. Next turn, our arquebus fire will become more effective as they gain the bonus for shooting while not having moved, unless he withdraws out of range, which is looking a bit crowded for that. Next turn. It's not a big deal. Alright, the archers fall back out of range. That is unfortunate, especially if we break and flee, which we do. And a disruption. What a mess. Disrupting our gendarmes. Not going well. Do they keep pursuing? Or will they stop because of the village? They stopped. That gives us a small chance because they will evade. We charge. We'll catch them with infantry of all things. Okay, well, it's a 1-for-1 trade, although I really needed my light infantry, so it's not ideal. Who's in here? Yeah, that's not surprising at all. Okay. Push to interfere with those guns. Get forward with non-light cavalry, and arquebusiers start moving towards the village again. You shift away for the moment. Gendarmes forward. Then what? Well, we can push into range and fire. And it does, well, let's see what happens here first. Do we pursue? Yep. And reveal, unsurprisingly, another unit of light arquebusiers. Okay. Then what? Let's send the veteran early tercio in this direction towards this unit of Elizabethan foot. Next, let's engage in some harassment with your javelins. Push out, move, volley, and volley, that's fine. Lay down some more fire. Work on a disruption slowly. Let's keep shooting for now. Take a bit of punishment, but that's okay. This is messier than I was hoping. I really wanted to keep this unit of light infantry intact. Maybe they'll rally, kind of doubt it. Next turn. Should just evade that. Yep. Okay. Keep the pressure on. Good. And this will be entirely ineffectual for both sides. But at least keep this unit pinned in here, which is fine with me. Take out these damned guns. They evade. Good, we at least ate the return fire. We're a bit scattered because of the artillery fire. Have to live with it. Alright, our veteran tercio is going to head towards this Elizabethan foot. And what to do with the Demolancers? I'd like to find a way to get them around. That seems unlikely, though. They might have to just slowly switch wings. Hold firm again. Yeah, you just gotta... Well, that's fine. Just be annoying. Leonard says it's not going well. Too passive. Well, unless something dramatic happens, it's early days yet. Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping would happen. Good timing on the late noble gendarmes as well. Speaking of which, so heavy lancers and then superior against light lancers, so nothing against heavy lancers in average. They did hold the impact though. Let's get into a melee, because we can't win a firefight as they are under cover and we are not. And we might just get charged, but I'm not that worried about it. Lock them in and charge. We hold firm. Push. Switch flanks. Our own lights will switch flanks as well. No line of sight. Too bad. Okay. How's that? Not priority charge target because they are unfortunate. Let's push out of bow shot, at least for the moment, to put down some fire here. Get out of range. Let's try... Try for the check. Nope. Shove these off. Early days. Guess Leonard got reinforcements down there. I'm eager to see what they are. Good. Light Lancers. They'll get into the action quickly then. Oh shit. Oh, not again. These damned Light Lancers are just a nightmare. Just hopefully hold firm. Yep. That's a break, but do we cause a cohesion check? No, we do not. Armor should help us. And we'll set up a flank attack there. Charge in against the Demo Lancers, they frag an impact. Perfect. And let's... Let's charge in. We might get charged in turn by the Elizabethan foot, but there's not much I can do at this point. Are they in the fire arc? Half arc. Oh well. Need the help. Now, get in. Be ready to push here again. Figured the veterans could take it. Okay. Swordsman POA should kick in shortly. Good. And let's get ready to charge the arquebusiers. Try for a test. Good. But both units passed cohesion. You keep hanging back. Very confusing. We're actually outnumbered in pikemen, I think. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4. Yeah. Next turn. Good. That's going to be horrendous, even with the disruption, unless this frag unit breaks and panics them. So, pretty risky for both of us, basically. Oh, that was excellent. Not that I had anything to do with it, but... He stuck in, even though they're only disrupted. Pike, 100. Kyle, 50. Interesting. Odd that Pike is coming into play. Kind of curious. Oh wait, it's because it's cavalry. That makes sense. Got it. Okay, do I wheel here and then I can move here and get ready to flank them? Or do I decisively intervene in the cavalry action? That's faster, we're doing that. Okay, then what? I'm gonna, instead of intervening here, I'm gonna say screw it and get ready for rear charges on disrupted Elizabethan foot to attempt to drop them to fragged. So we have Kyle 60, because we have 60% Pike as opposed to 25% Bill and 25% Pike. We also have armor advantage. The assumption being that the melee troops are wearing some sort of armor, but that the missile troops are largely unarmored. Well, rather than attempt to firefight, we're just going to get in due to the supporting light arquebusiers. Stop the charge. Drive him off the field and hopefully come back in a bit. Okay, then Jinetes do what? Probably harass the longbowmen should they move any closer. Veterans, in you go. What's that? So the same-ish. Well, let's see. We have 50 versus 50, armor advantage 8, but then 50 for superior. So it's not that we couldn't lose this. There's a 5% lose chance. We could, lose and then drop cohesion, but it's not very likely. Okay, I think it's starting to come together, assuming these two units stay disrupted. Next turn. Held firm, good. Perfect. And even better. So, short of any totally crazy unlikely RNG silliness, I believe we should have this in the bag. Though our cavalry might still pay in the melee against even disrupted weapon foot. That was bound to happen. That's a win. Here we go. So I think the difference between this match and the match where I played the English was army composition. I brought all the light infantry and cavalry I could here to, attempt to control the battlefield. I didn't quite succeed in that due to the sheer number of light lancers the English list can bring. But I also didn't allow Leonard to control the battlefield himself either. And so when it came down to a relatively even slugging match head on, my gendarmes were always going to defeat his Denna Lancers, and his Elizabethan foot were always going to be at a disadvantage against my early pike and shot, and especially this veteran tercio. But this Spanish list is certainly the better list of the two, so this isn't like a super impressive accomplishment or anything, but there was certainly scope for things to go wrong. So a good game to Leonard, and till next time.